Yeah, dude.
Ridiculousness. Ridiculousness. Um, we've got Way Too Hot edition from 2 days ago. What else we got? Bro, it's crazy that Chanel is gone from the show. Okay, well, we're just gonna do the Reddit shit without Curly, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. What has it been, a fucking month since he showed his face?
Yeah, he's fucking up big time.
For real. I mean, it seems obvious. I don't think anyone needs to say it aloud, but this shit's gonna take off. We're gonna be making millions from it, and he's gonna be sitting there jerking his dick, saying, "Oh," you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
He's gonna
we've
be
got
he's gonna be in
yeah.
a he's gonna be like a barfly telling people like, I actually knew the guys on Ridiculousnessness.
And they're gonna be like, "Sir, we're gonna need you to leave the bar. You're schizophrenic. That show does not exist."
And by the way, this is a gay bar.
He'll be like, "I'm fully aware. Can I suck your cock?"
And
Uh,
and while I'm doing it, can I close my eyes and imagine that you're William and Austin?
Somehow melding their cocks together. Um, well, that was excellent. Uh, yeah, out the gate. Fucking,
Oh yeah.
we got Way Too Hot edition from 2 days ago. Innocent Bystanders from 5 days ago. Questionable Advice from 12 days ago. That one, there's no way the videos include someone giving advice. Oh, and then what I
They're
was,
dude, they're sitting there like on the couch just with a newspaper open reading Dear Abby columns, just like riffing to that.
Dear Abby, my dad installed an inflatable pool in the backyard, and I'm considering running full tilt into it. I don't fucking know. Um, so those are our options. And I was gonna say, crazy that they have Chanel on the thumbnails when she's fully left the show like a long time ago.
Yeah, I've noticed that. That's that's really cheap. I don't know.
I wonder what Robin Chanel's relationship is like. I wonder if she's getting paid residually or if he's
Right.
just like still using the same fucking name and likeness rights, whatever the fuck agreement from when she was on the show.
They're paying her tits residuals.
That reminded me of I was walking through some airport recently and I saw one of those you know the like pump room.
Yeah.
Now that I'm saying the word pump out loud, I'm reminding myself that I had thought about like it'd be funny if someone were like working out in one of those, but I feel like at first when I brought that up, I was gonna say something
Dude, that'd be funny
horribly
like
devious about tits.
a pump room in an airport and then some uh some Chad wanders in thinking it's a airport gym or something. Then he just walks out with like milk stains on the corners of his mouth.
I needed to protein up, and I didn't want
Yeah.
to pay $8 for a Hudson News cheese stick, so I was left with only one option. You ladies are just sitting around right now, and look at that kid. What is he, 2 feet, 1 foot? Barely a fucking piece of muscle on him that I can tell. Where's the equipment in here? It's some sort of calisthenics, fucking gay. Um, so we've covered breast milk. Um, we've contributed to Masculinity Watch 2025.
Yeah, that we want to
Oh,
hit.
so what do you say? Questionable advice, innocent bystanders, or too bystanders, or too hot?
I'm feeling unquestionable advice. I'm
There
curious
you
what
go.
that even entails.
It is questionable, but yeah, I'm also curious about this. You know what we should do? Do you remember
What?
the hashtag cut for Zayn movement?
Uh, I actually don't, but I think I can put together what that is. Is it
Yeah.
people like cutting themselves in an effort to get Zayn Malik to join One Direction again or something.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Can we take a moment and appreciate the shrewdness of my insight? Because I seriously had no idea what that was,
that
and I just nailed it.
you did. You sniped that from a mile out. I do. I appreciate the shrewdness of your insight. I more than anything appreciate you having locked and loaded the phrase "the shrewdness of my insight" because
Thanks.
that elevated the whole thing. Yeah, but we should. Well, I don't want to cut myself curly because I don't give that much of a fuck. But maybe we jack off and maybe we mail him uh things to do with cum. Maybe cum. You just saw the kid fucking wipe out trying to drop in.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking poser pussy. Um,
That's pretty well trodden territory for ridiculousness.
you know,
Skateboarding fails, pretty trite.
in in their titling department's defense, all right, is this who Lolo is? This woman?
Yes, she's Chanel's replacement. Yeah.
I was gonna say that she finally just dressed normal, and so now it's not so distracting how poorly she dresses, distracting from her being attractive. But she didn't. It just looks like that when you can't tell that her sweatpants don't come all the way up her. Like, what the fuck is going on? Do you see that?
That's the beauty of it. Why are you complaining, dude?
I guess it's just, I don't know. It's so convoluted, bro.
Dude, that's a
Like,
woman with her pants down. She's practically naked, and you're here like it's too convoluted. Just shut up and enjoy the spectacle, man.
you know, there's
I've
some
got
more
to
stupid
I've
to
got to
that.
take you to Hooters
This is good.
to test if you're gay.
I like
Like
this.
a
That'd be funny. Like, two guys go to Hooters, one's testing if the other one's gay, and the one who's being tested has a visually obvious erection, and he's like harassing the waitresses, like, "Does this seem gay? You can tell I'm not gay, right? It's because of your tits that this is happening." And then maybe the guy who brought him there to test him, like, it gets suspicious and reaches over and grabs the penis, but it turns out not to be a penis. It's like, I don't know, fucking
or he reaches out to grab the penis to make sure if it's real.
exactly.
And
That's what I mean.
right, but in his like feverish desire to prove the veracity of the erection, he starts jerking off his friend, and
Oh yeah.
in a Greek tragedy level inversion, he
Much
winds
like
up being the gay one.
much like Oedipus telling his subjects that justice would find whoever had killed his long lost father, no matter what. This person who took his friend to Hooters to fucking test if he was gay or not didn't know exactly what he was unleashing on himself.
Did you ever know anyone whose father did that? Because that's what I was referencing. That's like, I mean, I don't know if you're aware, but that's
Oh
something
no,
that
I didn't know
fathers
that.
do to their sons whom they suspect are gay. Yeah,
That's weird as fuck.
I know.
I say just mind your fucking business, bro.
Yeah, your
Like
son
I'm
wants
not,
to suck a little dick. Who cares?
yeah, that's I mean the skit idea aside, the fucking um if somebody is that concerned with another guy's sexuality,
Yeah,
they're probably a little bit gay themselves.
you really want to find out. Show your buddy gay porn, watch it with him, and see how he reacts.
Compare your loads. Come to the gay porn. Watch how he's stroking it while the gay porn's happening. Watch if the load is nice and viscous, then it was sincere. If it's just watery, then it was a perfunctory load. Perfunctory load. That's a nice phrase. I thought that was Tosh on the couch for a second, but that couldn't be the case because Rob and Tosh are mortal enemies.
That would shake the world more than if like Biggie and Tupac reconciled and never died. You know,
Um, ooh, that hurt. I bet that hurt.
Yo, I thought that was Norm Macdonald on the couch, and I
I
was
was thinking the same exact thing.
that would be the most legendary
That would be
episode.
hilarious. Also, wait, I was gonna say something. Fuck. Not Rob, not Tosh on the show, but oh, Kevin Spacey. That would be funny.
Yeah.
That would be a good skit. Just Kevin Spacey being on Ridiculousness and like openly harassing slash molesting the other people on stage.
Hey, speaking of which, in the Deer Decanon that we're gonna do today,
Yeah.
we one or two episodes ago, Curly was telling us about how Pedro Pascal is apparently known for being really handsy with his female co-stars behind the scenes, and we were
Hmm.
gonna say Pedro Pascal guest starred on a lost episode of the show and kept rubbing Stilo's shoulders. We've got to make sure that goes in there.
Is that on
Um,
the show notes?
that is indeed on the show notes.
Let's go.
You want to
Fucking
get into that? I mean,
yeah.
I at least want to read the comments from the post we made 2 weeks ago. But
Right.
yes, do you care if I kind of uh, you know
2 weeks. Damn, dude, it's been
start
a
doing that?
bit.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
yeah,
it has been a minute.
I've got Reddit up. And I had an interesting experience where I mentioned the Pedro Pascal thing, and the response that I got was, "Oh yeah, a lot of conservative people are saying that," and I was like,
What?
"Huh? I don't know."
Someone said that to you in real life?
Yeah,
Is the thought behind that that like
it's
they
not
want to
true, but it's a conspiracy.
because
Yeah,
he's
no, I
Mexican or something? Like they want that
just don't
gotcha?
know. I really have no idea. But it's not someone who I'm interested in, whatever, being in conflict with one bit. So
You afraid he's gonna fight you or something?
it's not a he, and it's more of a social fallout that I would be
I was
concerned
talking
with. Not
about
that
Pedro
anybody knows
Pascal,
fucking.
not your friend.
Oh, whoa. That just blew my mind right there. I'm afraid that the chemistry between me and Pedro is going to be too hard to ignore, impossible to ignore. When he hears about my comments and reaches out to me, establishes a sit down, and during that sit down, drops his fork under the table, and when he's going to get the fork, fully sucks me off. And then
I
I
don't
just have to
think
sit there.
I don't think you have anything to worry about because judging by some of the pictures we were looking at last episode, I think he likes men of a darker complexion. So
Well, it goes without saying, if I'm at a celebrity sit down, I have blackfaced myself head to toe. Um, I'm on the Reddit though, if you wanna suck and fuck.
yeah. By the way, that last thing that we said about Pedro Pascal and Black Men Listener, listen to the last episode. You'll get it. You'll think it's like the funniest thing you've ever heard. So anyway, if you're just tuning in, we have been doing this segment, this recurring segment on the show for the past five or so episodes, where we've been posting to the Ridiculousness subreddit, posing as an intern who is a production intern on the set of Ridiculousness, who's leaking behind the scenes gossip. And we're making up all this stuff that increases in absurdity. And last week we thought people were starting to catch on to the grift, so we did something a little different and had William here pose as a subscriber to the Ridiculousness subreddit who has been fervently following these production intern posts, and he questioned the veracity of the posts, and we were kind of trying to spur debate in the comments and get a uh, some get some conflict going, some discussion, also like maybe create some artificial scarcity, make people like clamor for the next production intern post.
Mm.
Am I missing anything from that summary?
Um, was there some like suggesting it was, I mean, that well, there it is in the post itself, suggesting it was fake, like beating people to the punch with that.
Yeah. So I mean, the post that we made last week, it reads, I'm confused why more people aren't talking about this guy. Am I dumb and everyone knows it's fake? A couple things check out. The Sharon Stone lawsuit being real blew my mind. But like, really?
I think that covers it, like the just what you were
Yeah.
saying about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
And
so then
and then a picture of a screenshot of my phone
right.
with the fangirl 2020, a username that will go down in infamy.
Yeah, and then I made like a second burner and commented underneath it. Uh, I'm a huge ridiculousness fan and have been keeping up with her posts. There are definitely some things that check out, like you said, but I'm beginning to think it's fake. I mean, why would Rob take Sykes before each episode? I've been taking Sykes multiple times each week for the past 3 years. So trust me when I say he does not look like he's tripping in the recent eps. And then someone who's not either of us, this is an actual ridiculousness subreddit subscriber. He said, and this guy apparently he claims to work in TV, and he said, if you've never worked on a TV set, I could see why you'd ask that question. Which hats off to this guy. That's a pretty funny reply. But he and I got into it. So he commented, "Nah, it seems pretty legit. A lot of details posted that aren't public knowledge." Which, okay, we were talking about this in the group chat. That's like the dumbest fucking reasoning.
That's the whole fucking point.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the post that we made here, the post that he's commenting on is questioning the veracity of these things that are supposedly public knowledge. Not like you know what I'm saying? Like he's taking it for granted that it's public or that these are.
Yeah.
Do
No,
I even need to explain? I don't need to explain, but
you were saying it was circular reasoning. The
yeah,
guy's
yeah. It's like yeah,
he's
this stuff is
so
real because it's real. That's
this
the
is
reasoning.
the Redditor this is a Redditor who like he's in his natural element, so he's going to reflexively condescend and contradict and make himself out to be more intelligent than he is. But he also instinctively senses that this is a subreddit without very many users on it. So his like fucking like he's not paying that close of attention. Like the stakes are very low here, so he's just kind of like an animal grazing and not not making himself aware of his surroundings because he believes the ridiculousness subreddit to be a safe place where he can just sort of do the Reddit equivalent of a cow mooing, just be like, "Oh no, I don't think so actually, because of but he hasn't actually like his brain isn't fully on. He's it's like how a horse sleeps standing up. This is just this is just a Redditor on autopilot.
And he doesn't realize he's being circled by a group of lions, which is us, ready to
Exactly.
pounce on him at any moment and humiliate him
Yeah.
on our podcast.
Except we're not gonna eat him. We're gonna have sex with him
Yeah,
forcibly.
yeah. This guy who claims to work in TV, his name on Reddit is Aw Booking Promotions, and he said, "Nah, seems pretty legit. A lot of details posted that aren't public knowledge." And then I said to him on my second burner account, it's not legit, dumb fuck. What did she post that isn't public knowledge? And then someone else chimes in, someone named Burnt Toast Boy. He says, "You
Good
don't know."
username.
Yeah, he says, "You don't know what you're talking about, idiot." And then these two start like tag teaming me. So All Booking Promotions responds to Burnt Toast Boy now and says, "OP is just a fan that doesn't want to believe that TV does not reflect real life." Which that sounds more like All Booking Promotions than me in this scenario. You know what I mean?
I'm
Because
confused by that sentence. It's a fan, you're a fan that does not want to believe that TV doesn't reflect real life. Okay, so you want to believe that TV reflects real life. Okay, I got it now. It's just
yeah,
all so
well,
fucking stupid. Also,
wait,
Burnt
now I'm
Toast Boy,
confused. Wait, what is the point he's making though? Because how do I want
I
to
don't know, dude. Like, not, this is all like they're all so fucking stupid. If they exist, I'm still not ready to deactivate my position of these people being fucking bots. Because I was just gonna say, Burnt Toast Boy chiming in with "You don't know what you're talking about, idiot." If there were to be a bot with the purpose of inciting further conflict in a comment section, it could say that in any comment section.
That's a good point, but in Burnt Toast Boy's defense, has had this Reddit account for 5 years, and
Nah.
he commented on r slash Taco Bell 2 years ago that his most expensive Taco Bell order was. So the thread is, what was your most expensive order?
Jesus.
And he
Dude,
said,
if you have an expensive Taco Bell order, you need to find help. That's disgusting.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, man, with the price of
Inflazione.
food stuffs these days. Yeah. But I mean, this was 2 years ago,
Even
so
still, everything on the menu starts off at like $1.50. If you're spending a lot of money at Taco Bell, you have a fucking problem.
yeah, well, in any case, his answer to that question was, through getting mostly combo boxes, the total could have been $53.32.
53.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Oh, I
With
hope there
getting
were a lot of other people involved, and even still, that is repulsive.
seven seven additional drinks and seven cinnamon twists.
Dude, this guy is fat, fat. He doesn't stand up for most of the day.
The only time he stands up during the day is when like Rob does a quip that he likes and he gets up from the couch. Yay, yay!
His caregiver looks up from his phone and is like, "Well, Burnt Toast Boy is excited," and he's like stomping. The whole house is shaking. He's jumping up and down. He's like, "Oh!"
Yeah,
And he
yeah, and then
ran away.
what?
I just thought it was funny how tangential we got there for a moment.
Yeah, this last thread we did is really a funhouse maze of mirrors. There's a lot of different rabbit holes we can go down here. Um, and all of these roads lead back to the ridiculousness fan base is dumb as fuck. Unlike the ridiculousness fan base, which is like the greatest minds of the Western intellectual tradition.
Also, somebody came to your defense, but I'm sure only so that they wait a sec. Oh, that's you. Never mind. Never mind.
What were you gonna read off?
The your comment in response to all booking promotions where you say shut up, just shut up, which
Yeah,
also seemed to me like a suspiciously generic line, but now we know the truth.
that's how good I am at slipping into character.
Yeah. You
Yeah, well, and then so I said,
and
what did
then
she post? I said, going back to what I said before, what did she post that isn't public knowledge? And then in response to that comment, Awe Booking Promotion said, most things that were posted aren't public knowledge unless you've worked on set. So yeah, well, I mean, once again, circular reasoning right there. I mean, right? Am I wrong to frame it that way? Because it's like
I have lost track again. I am a little confused by you saying what did she post that isn't public knowledge? Because like the stuff that she's posted is supposed to be not public knowledge, right?
oh, yeah, yes. My saying that to him was just kind of an effort to like bring something stupid out of him, honestly. So I wouldn't read too much into that, but I'm just
Okay.
uh him saying most of the things that were posted are not public knowledge
No,
unless you've
that
worked
I
on
understand
set.
as being stupid.
Right, but do you know, like, am I wrong to frame it as stupid in the sense of like circular reasoning? Because it's like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
saying
It's like
like
yeah, you're like, are these behind the scenes nuggets real? And he's coming in like, no, they have to be real because people don't know about them. And
right
it's
and
like, bro,
right.
we haven't established that the
Yes.
source is voracious,
Yes.
veracitous, veraci, voracum. Yeah, no, he's really fucking stupid. Really,
Yeah.
really dumb. Also, it's kind of funny. I'm drawing the line between the two dots of him being dumb as fuck and him chiming in initially to contradict your point about Sykes, where he's
Right.
like, if you've never worked on TV, I can see why. Like, yeah, okay, newbie. You don't really know the TV industry unless you've taken Sykes
This guy
on a daily basis.
this guy was working on the Reba set, tripping on 2CB constantly.
The
He said
concept of that trip is the funniest shit ever.
tripping on the Reba set.
Uh, And then he replied, what? And he was like,
He said,
yeah,
"Do you even work in TV?" And then I said, "Do you even work in TV?" And he said, "Yup, I do." And then I said, "Okay, and what exactly did this quote production intern share that is legit?" And he said, "Pretty specific details, especially about the special that never aired for Chanel's baby shower." Once again, just taking it for granted that that
yeah,
was true.
yeah.
That's what gave it away. But why is that what gave it away? Why that? And then this was funny. He said, "Also, yes, Rob is obsessed with those stupid mind food bars that nobody eats."
We really, there's something overpoweringly gratifying about hoodwinking a whole group of people, however small, uh, irrelevant, and fucking stupid that group may be.
Yeah, man. I see why Charles Manson did it. He
Bro, it's a
must have been
hell of
on
a
cloud
time.
nine, dude.
And speaking of that, let's do it again right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Well, one thing I want to say, just to this kind of just crossed my mind. If we want to be charitable towards this all booking promotions guy, I think the point he's trying to get at, but is too stupid to articulate, is that like um we were referencing some pretty niche aspects of Rob and Co's careers, and maybe his
Mm,
point is like, if this person were duping us, they're going to such great lengths to do so that it's unlikely that he's duping us. But little does this guy know, he is dealing with some
he's fucking with some
level
real ones, bro.
three grand wizard autists right here. So
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. And now let's uncork that autism one more time.
Yeah, let's do it. So I'm thinking for this week's installment, we go all out, like
Completely
full.
disable the filter of that's not
Ye-
quite believable. Just
yeah, yeah,
whatever's funny.
yeah.
Once again, I'm struggling to find these show notes. I see 622 show notes and I see show notes for whenever dot dot dot.
Hold on.
Whenever the fuck we're doing it this weekend.
It should
But
be
that
called
that can't be.
810 show notes. Oh shit, we've got to discuss the Deer Deck family library too. Should we do that and
Oh
then get
my
into the
God,
Reddit stuff?
bro. That's
You want to do that
so
first?
goddamn funny. Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, we haven't really looked into it yet, but for the listener, I saw this week on Rob Deerdeck's Instagram account that he opened a library, and it's
So fucking
called
funny.
the Deerdeck Family Library. So
He
you
must be
can
making money
go you
because the
can
only
go
reason for that is that it's a tax maneuver of some sort. Because, like, what the fuck does he care when people read?
you can go write your graduate thesis at the Rob Deerdeck Library. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, so he opened it in California. And this is weird. I Googled Deer Deck Family Library thinking there would be at least like a press release or some sort of media coverage that we could find more detail about, but media has not picked up on this scoop at all.
It turns out to be a meeting ground for pedophiles.
Oh, you think it's like a Pizzagate sort of thing?
Nah, I was just joking.
Oh, okay.
I made the mistake of putting
Are
the
you
show
sure?
full spin.
Because if you're implying that you want to storm the place with guns, I'm all ears.
Ridiculousness, common Columbine. Show up with trench coats and a replica of Stilo's absurdly expensive, dumb as fuck necklace. I don't know. Something else that is recognized. No, we both show up dressed in Rob's uniform of jeans, hoodie, hat with the logo for his own company on it, and
Hmm.
also guns.
Yeah, yeah,
Bro, Stilo has a shirt on right now that says legalize it.
yeah. I feel like that shirt doesn't really have the same bite when it is
It
widely
they
legalized
did.
across the country. Like,
Um, so funny to like for somebody whose a library is named after for this to be how they made their money is so goddamn stupid. It's like you the equivalent Oh shit. Well, can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the video ended. That's what it was. I thought there was some connection issue. I just went out onto the porch because I heard some banging, and the pole for a umbrella that's out here just got snapped in half. Um, Something about like you look into the person after whom a library is named, and it turns out that it was some guy who would like show up to vaudeville shows with two accomplices and read newspaper stories on stage about silly things that had happened, and then make inconsequential commentary with his co-stars. Something about that being the equivalent of what's going on here.
Right.
I don't know.
Should we put on a new comp?
Sure.
Okay. How about two hot moments or whatever it was?
Oh, I or this cum shot compilation that I've been really enjoying lately.
Hey, you know something? The appeal of which has always been a mystery to me. Have you
Hmm.
ever seen this porn music video stuff?
What the fuck?
PMV? You've never come across that?
No.
It's just like compilations of porn scenes set to music,
Like current pop music or
like techno is.
classical?
Yeah, dude. The entirety of Wagner's Tristan und Isolde.
Set to BBC porn.
No, no, no. Wagner would be rolling in his grave with that one. It's only white people.
Ride of the Valkyries by Big Black Guys.
Yeah,
What was I gonna say? Man, I'm not doing a good job.
it's
Um,
okay. I'm not either. And I took an Adderall today too. I thought I'd be on my shit.
that tolerance is creeping up beyond on you.
I think it is.
This this is a turning point in any Missourian's life.
Yeah.
And the only next step for you is meth. Look at how Stilo's dressed right now.
All right, that'll cheer me up. Let's see. Bro, what the fuck?
What in God's name has he done?
For the listener, it's a big, fluffy black fur coat, black hoodie, black pants with
It's
like some
insane.
weird pattern on them, black hat. Yeah. Hey, here's one for Girdek Anon, considering he's wearing fur. Maybe he had like a run-in with PETA outside the studio one day.
Hang on. But instead of animal's blood, they dumped its cum on him.
And maybe for some added irony, as they chastised him for his fur coat, behind them they failed to notice the mound of raccoon carcasses by the dumpster. Oh, and we need to explain our absence from the past
Oh,
week or
right, right.
two. Um, Maybe like the boss, our higher ups are. We thought they were starting to get suspicious.
Hmm.
Like they might have found out about our Reddit, and we wanted to lay low for a while. What do you think?
Yeah. I was thinking maybe something like they made a comment, someone made a comment leading us to believe that they knew about this, but then it was clarified recently that that wasn't what the comment meant, and so now we can do this. But I don't know. That might be more complicated than we need to be.
No, 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 no. I like what you're spitting here. Maybe my supervisor kept shoehorning the subject of Reddit into our conversations, and I thought he was trying to get information out of me. But one of my coworkers recently informed me someone on Reddit gave him +1 karma, and he's so giddy about it that he can't
Yeah,
shut up about Reddit. I don't know.
he's like a boomer who's just enthralled with Reddit, like is just getting
Or
around to Reddit.
or on that note, he's a boomer, and whenever he said Reddit, he was really thinking of Facebook. So the turns out the whole time he was talking about something completely unrelated on Facebook. And this guy, he's like the oldest guy who works on production, and the whole aesthetic of the show is like completely foreign to him. It's so overwhelming, so much sensory overload that he often has to take a seat and have somebody like support him from falling because it's too much for his antiquated sensibilities. And he also keeps a phonograph in his office stocked full of Edison records.
You just keep going unnecessarily into detail about this guy. He becomes a proxy for yourself. He's actually really ripped, and no one else shares his appreciation for the old world.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna do it because like I said, man, we're going all out with this one.
Yes.
Um, so hey everyone, and I'm gonna toss in like hope you've all been doing well because we've got to fortify this parasocial relationship that we've been cultivating.
Make sure to fit y'all in there somewhere.
Yeah. Hey everyone, hope y'all have been doing well. Sorry I haven't posted anything these past few weeks. Things got really busy with the show, and I started to get worried that one of my supervisors became aware of my Reddit account. He was mentioning Reddit a weird amount and forcing it into every conversation like he wanted to get information out of me. I started to get really scared! Exclamation point. I started I started to get really scared. But this particular exec is very old, and it turned out that he was talking about Facebook the entire time and got the two platforms confused.
Maybe was talking about Facebook the whole time, period. He had gotten the two platforms confused and has it just happens to be very excited about Facebook right now.
Okay. And then in parentheses, he just made an account for the first time. He kept pushing for Rob to show up in suspenders.
I was gonna say he's like comically old, but due to his union status, they can't fire him or something like that.
Well, this guy's an exec, so I don't think he would be
Oh,
union,
never mind,
right?
never mind. Yeah,
Maybe he's just like really esteemed in the TV industry. He used to work on the Andy Griffith show and um, I Love Lucy.
that's funny. Also, you can interject there after veteran of the TV industry. You can put in parentheses, used to be retired, but lost everything in the crypto market. Dash, it's a whole thing.
Well, hold on. Would this guy even know what crypto is? Maybe like he was oddly insistent that this like outdated technology would only appreciate in value, and he lost all his money investing in that. Like, I don't know, man. I'm too young and hip to come up with something. I want to say pagers, but that's like a 30 Rock bit, so that'd be kind of hack.
Hmm.
If I,
Yeah, no, he invested
Tina Fey is a personal friend of mine. I don't want to do her like that.
he could do he invested big in the BlackBerry Corporation, so he
Yeah,
had to come out of retirement at a very old
yeah,
age.
yeah, yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
About the suspenders thing though, it'd be like um he one thing he does that is kind of messed up is since the suspenders idea was rejected, he still treats Rob well, but is very nasty with the women in the costume department and says things about them under his breath that if anyone overhears at any point, we're all in trouble. Parentheses, they're not all white or something like that.
Sorry. Well, wait. Maybe on that note, like, oh gosh, never. That would be too much. That would be too much.
What? What?
Like he keeps trying to goad Stilo into like tap dancing for him or something. I can't. I can't do it.
He doesn't recognize Stilo. doesn't make eye contact with or speak
Oh,
directly to
oh
Steel.
gosh.
And then we can implicate the our character here in it and be like, but you know, he's from a different time.
The way this post is shaping up, it's like the out of nowhere going on this huge convoluted tangent.
Hey guys,
Um,
sorry I haven't posted in a while. Enter racist executive. I've got another thing once we've written out all the other ones that we came up with.
okay. Also, he refuses to speak to or make eye contact with Stilo. I'm not sure what that's about. He's from a different time, I guess. What do
Uh, and then the other one was, and there's a running joke on set that the only reason he hasn't touched Chanel inappropriate. Ah, well.
you...
The only reason he never touched Chanel inappropriately was because she was faster than him, but dot dot dot. That's kind of just literally true. I have an idea for how to phrase the Pedro Pascal one whenever you want to do that.
Okay, hold on to that before
Yeah.
we'll get to that in a second. I'm gonna say, um, by the way, I noticed that there was some debate and a separate thread
Hmm.
about whether the behind the scenes details I've been sharing are true.
I think possibly phrase that as about whether I'm real.
Okay, yeah. By the way, I noticed that there was some debate in a separate thread about whether I'm a real intern, or do we want to like, are we trying to like suggest something more cosmic and metaphysical here?
No, I just like like kind of just I don't know. Fucking like they don't have to think about it that much because they are real, you know? Like there's been some debate about whether I don't know.
What do you mean?
Uh
Oh,
like
I know what you mean. I see what
yeah,
you're saying.
yeah.
That phrasing would be easily, immediately apprehended by their peon brains, right?
No, I was thinking like for this character, like increasing the believability by making it sound candid. Like if you were a real person who was saying all these things, you might just phrase it like that because you don't have
Wait,
to
I
think
have an
about it that
idea.
much.
I have an
Like you
idea.
guys don't think I exist? Yeah.
Check this. Yeah. Okay. I see the vision. So check this out. Check this out. By the way, I noticed that there was some debate in a separate thread about whether I'm real. I didn't appreciate reading these comments. I'm a real person with a life and feelings. My favorite movie is Hop, 2011. My favorite food is refried beans. I like long car rides and warm hugs. Is that enough for you people?
That's awesome. Having that right after the tangent about the racist executive is so fucking funny.
All right, you want to start with Pedro Pascal?
Yeah, it's something about like I feel okay sharing this because I know the episode's not going to air.
What if we subtly insinuate that the intern who is writing this is confusing George Lopez with Pedro Pascal? He's like, it turns out Pedro Pascal is known for this sort of thing. That's a shame. I loved him in Marmaduke.
I don't know how many people are going to be like, "Oh, Marmaduke, he's talking about George Lopez." I was gonna say shoulder rubbing and hugging don't seem like enough to derail an episode, so maybe like things uh filming finally stopped when he went as far as putting his hand on Stilo's leg.
So like it's not just that they scrapped the episode, they cut the camera. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Do we have any others planned or are we just coming up with them right now?
We have some in the dock that we haven't used yet, and we are always free to come up with some on the spot. So
Maybe, well, I was gonna say the studio seems to be gradually shrinking, but that might be fucking stupid and probably you'd notice it on camera.
physically shrinking.
Yeah, I don't know. Like there's an episode of Black Books, which is this sitcom that I really like,
Yeah,
and this woman, one of the main characters, she's got a cheap landlord who the apartment next to hers, the landlord pushes the wall so that the apartment next to hers grows and hers shrinks gradually, like just shrink. But nah, I don't fucking know. That's probably
hey, I've got an idea.
yeah.
In an earlier post, I mentioned that a certain country music star and 2022 VMA nominee asked for my male coworker's phone number behind the scenes. At the time, I had no idea what happened with that, but I inquired about it, I asked my coworker about it, and apparently the two have been keeping up a steady relationship for the past few months.
We can add something in about like the singer has a wife and family, but this sort of thing happens in LA all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I've been seeing Kane Brown in this Wayfair commercial, by the way.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I
You know what's
think
embarrassing? At
he
one
has it
point,
out for us.
he's gang stalking you.
Yeah.
At one point, I was on iFunny and the people w were posting stuff about Wayfair being a site which was really a front for child trafficking.
Yeah, that was
And
a whole thing.
yeah, and I fully thought that it was real and mentioned it out loud to someone, and they were like, "Isn't that like a QAnon conspiracy?"
Oh gosh, I've been there. But I mean, if Kane Brown's in the commercials, it is kind of makes you wonder. Maybe there is some weight to that after all.
By the way, I'm sorry if I'm like a sloppy little cunt. I just am fucking sleep deprived as shit.
Yeah, I'm equally sloppy, and I have no excuse.
I
So
was thinking there's a tapestry of geisha on the wall in this bedroom, and I was thinking maybe like Rob insisted on having a guest on who was like a real ninja or somehow from some like very old traditional culture. And since then, it's seemed like the show is cursed or like the set is cursed or something like that.
okay, okay, not Rob in real life, as these Redditors seem to know, is very into new agey stuff. So maybe instead of bringing them on as a guest, maybe he had like a spiritual advisor for a week, like a guru or a monk or
I
something,
like it. I like it.
and he was following him around on set. And okay, that right there is a gold mine of potential stuff. Like maybe this guy, being a Buddhist monk, was a vegetarian, and so the craft services team had to prepare him special meals all week.
We can incorporate the raccoons and be like the spiritual advisor, according to his strict moral code, demanded that something be done to stop the raccoons from dying, but it just wasn't in the budget. And so he left in a huff and cursed the set. And ever since, every once in a while, I swear when I turn the water on in the bathroom, blood comes out of the faucet for a moment.
Maybe this guy is the whole reason Rob made his Mind Right bars vegan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then also to call back to an earlier post for the listener, in one of our first posts for this whole endeavor, we said that Chanel only plays dumb for the camera, but behind the scenes, she's wildly intelligent and reads these huge, difficult books. Maybe she and the spiritual advisor got into this like really in depth conversation about Buddhist asceticism, and it was like way over my head. I couldn't
But
follow it at all. And then
or
she slipped into um like native speaker quality Mandarin.
yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, the blood from the faucet's kind of a weak curse. You can do something else.
How about oh, okay. So what if like a piece of equipment, like a spotlight up on the rafters or something, fell and just narrowly missed one of the team members. And there have been all sorts of like incidents like that before. And yeah, the interns speculating that this guy could have put a curse on the set. But then again, nothing on the set is up to regulatory codes. So it could very well be nothing. Oh, and how about he chastised the writers for their dab pen habit? He was chastising the writers to their faces for their dab pen habit, and they responded by saying they were simply trying to reach pen enlightenment.
Excellent. I was gonna say for the next one we can do a quick hit of just BTW, someone's been siphoning gasoline from the parking lot, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Okay. Oh, I know. In the last post we did, someone asked a question. We should answer that question. Let me. Oh, we have a few questions actually. So I don't understand this. Somebody asked a repeated question is what control deck does Stilo use during the show? What is a control
Hmm.
deck?
Yeah, what the fuck is Stilo doing at all with anything? What the fuck?
I googled control deck and it's something from Magic the Gathering, so I don't.
No, I bet that it's got to be some sort of hardware to make the show run. Maybe that's what he's got there in front of him.
Oh, well, I don't know enough about this technology to answer that question. So
Yeah, I was thinking we just say that.
someone else asked, is there bad blood or negative feelings from Robin Stilo towards Chanel for leaving? We kind of answered that in the first post. I noticed Robin Stilo hardly ever connect with her on social media now. Chanel the same, the other way. Seems like it wasn't a good breakup. Um, okay, okay. Let's. I think we can take that somewhere. I'm gonna put this answer at the top since that's like probably the first thing people will read. They want to see whether their question was answered, right? So
Yeah.
um, on my last post, someone asked me if Rob and Stilo have bad blood with Chanel because they never connect with her on social media anymore. Mm. So we mentioned the executive bringing in the pinata.
And what happens with that?
Nothing really happened with it. We just said that it was clearly modeled after Chanel, but the executive kept
Oh, right,
denying
right,
it.
right, right, right. Yeah.
We could revive that one or bring up a new plot point.
Hmm. I was gonna say something like Stilo and or Rob have been like lusting after her after she left. I don't
Rob always calls her the one that got away.
know. I wouldn't be surprised if that's literally true.
Maybe Rob pitched a special episode of the show where they are reacting to and mocking Chanel's new reality show, but this idea was shot down. Maybe after it happened, after Chanel left the show, Stilo would show up every day wearing all black and acting really gloomy and morose, talking about how you can't trust anybody and how, quote, Everyone I know goes away in the end. Do, do you clock that reference?
It's Radiohead, bro.
No,
Oh, what did you mean?
I was referencing "Hurt" by
Oh, wait, fuck yeah, no, that's right.
yeah, Nine Inch
Everyone
Nails slash Johnny Cash.
goes away in the end. No, I'm
Yeah,
thinking of everybody leaves when they get their chance in
don't
this.
don't tell me, is that motion picture soundtrack?
Um, no, it's Weird Fishes.
Oh, yeesh.
Did you hear that,
No, I did not.
Austin? Ah, shit. Put the microphone right up to my ass and farted, but to no avail, it would seem.
Yeesh.
It's stinky too. Anyways.
I'll add it in post. I'll add a comically obvious fart sound effect. How about an update on Rob's efforts to host late night after he retires in 2027? Like maybe he's been banging down the doors of like NBC executives ever since Colbert was booted off.
I was thinking of that.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. 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 Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. What network is Colbert on?
Good question.
CBS?
That feels right.
CBS. Yeah. Hey, by the way, if any late night talk show executives are listening to this right now, this is how irrelevant your medium has become. Just putting that out there. Kill yourselves. I know William and I will be doing the same, so
Later today. Later
yeah,
today. I've got some stuff to do.
we will see you in hell. Should we see? I initially was thinking we would insinuate that he's like failing miserably at this endeavor and the executives are ignoring him, but maybe we could leave it up to the commenters' imaginations and see if they actually think Rob has what it takes to host late night. What do you think?
Um, I am completely lost. I'm like semi-conscious.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
I think remind me super quickly what it was we were discussing.
I mentioned in an earlier post that there's a rumor on set that Rob will retire in 2027 and try to host a
Oh,
late
that
night talk show.
he's been in touch with CBS.
I'm starting to think this rumor is true. Ever since Colbert got fired, Rob has made several trips to New York to meet with execs at CBS. So, are the executives ignoring him, or do we kind of leave it in the dark and kind of like see if the people on this subreddit are dumb enough to think Rob could plausibly host late night?
Um, I mean, I like the idea of him pursuing it despite like not even getting a response, but I don't know how likely it is that somebody's going to get this far in the post and think that it's real. Um, I maybe just leave it at that because probably the
Okay.
intern wouldn't know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna I'm gonna read through the entire thing. Can you tell me how it sounds?
Yes.
Okay. Hey everyone, hope y'all have been doing well. Sorry I haven't posted anything these past few weeks. Things got really busy with the show, and I started to get worried that one of my supervisors became aware of my Reddit account. He was mentioning Reddit a weird amount and forcing it into every conversation like he wanted to get information out of me. I started to get really scared, but this particular exec is very old, and it turned out that he was just talking about Facebook the entire time. He got the two platforms confused and just happens to be very excited about Facebook right now. He just made an account for the first time. As a side note, this exec's age often comes into conflict with the overall aesthetic of ridiculousness. He got the job because he is a very successful veteran of the TV industry. He used to work on some old show called I Like Lucy or something. He took this job because he was pulled out of retirement after losing a bunch of money on an investment in BlackBerry phones. It's a whole thing. He's a good boss and all, but sometimes it seems like he's a bad fit for the show. He kept trying to get Rob to change his style and begin wearing suspenders instead of those trademark hoodies and snapbacks. All the lights and colors on the set also seem too much for him at times. He often staggers backwards at the sight of the show graphics, and the interns have to hold him up and help him to his seat. Also, he refuses to speak to or make eye contact with Stilo. He's from a different time. There used to be a running joke among staffers that the only reason he never touched Chanel inappropriately is that she's faster than him. Now that I think about it, that's not even a joke, it's just true. Sorry for the unrelated aside there. I'm just really excited that I get to share my life with y'all again. By the way, I noticed that there was some debate in a separate thread about whether I'm real. I didn't appreciate reading those comments. I am a real person with experiences and feelings. My favorite movie is Hop 2011. My favorite food is refried beans. I like long car rides and warm hugs. Is that enough for you people? Anyway, here are some more nuggets I've been wanting to share. On my last post, someone asked me if Rob and Stilo have bad blood with Chanel because they never connect with her on social media anymore. I think this is the case. After Chanel left, Stilo went around talking about how you can't trust anybody and how everyone I know goes away in the end. Rob is a lot less expressive than Stilo, so it's harder to tell with him. I mentioned in an earlier post that there's a rumor on set that Rob will retire in 2027 and try to host a late night talk show. I'm starting to think this rumor is true. Ever since Colbert got fired, Rob has made several trips to New York to meet with execs at CBS. We're all rooting for him. I feel okay sharing this because I know the episode is not going to air. But during this past season, we managed to get Pedro Pascal on the show as a guest star. The booking department spent months negotiating with his team, and we wound up dipping heavily into the show's budget to get him on. The editing team had to accept a significant pay cut for the next few months. When Pedro came on the show, he kept rubbing Stilo's shoulders and hugging him every chance he could get. Throughout the filming, I noticed his hand inching closer and closer to Stilo's leg. By the time Pedro's hand touched his leg, the producers demanded the crew to stop filming and the episode was scrapped on the spot. I did some digging on social media and it turns out Pedro is known for this sort of thing. I mentioned in an earlier post that a certain country music star and 2022 VMA nominee asked for one of my male coworkers' phone numbers behind the scenes. At the time, I didn't know what happened with that, but I asked my coworker about it recently. And he told me that he and the country musician have been keeping up a steady relationship ever since. This musician is married and has children, but this kind of thing happens in LA all the time. As you all know, Rob is big into new age health stuff. A long time back, he had a Buddhist monk follow him around for a week as a spiritual advisor. The craft services team had to make this guy special vegan meals on demand. In fact, he was the one who influenced Rob to make his Mind Right superfood bars vegan. He caused a lot of problems with show staffers. He was strangely disapproving about the raccoon bodies outside the studio, and he also disapproved of the writer's dab pen habit. He interrupted one of the writing sessions to shame them. They told him they were just trying to reach penlightenment, and he stormed out without a word. Chanel really liked him, though, and one time I even saw them having an in depth conversation in fluent Mandarin. Ever since he stopped showing up to the set, several freak accidents have occurred, and it makes me nervous. Recently, a spotlight fell from the rafters and just barely missed the boom mic operator. It makes me wonder if Rob's spiritual advisor put a curse on the set before leaving. BTW, somebody has been siphoning gasoline in the parking lot? Question mark, question mark. Everyone has really started to like Lolo, and she now fits in with the rest of staff perfectly. She even drops by the writer's room sometimes and contributes a dab pen joke or two. We all love having her around. Good to go? You there?